Hey, this is Heidi Dawson. If you love all things health and wellness and style of any kind, hang out here with me each week. I'm obsessed with never-ending improvement, and it's all in an effort to help each one of us live a wildly successful lifestyle. Subscribe today so you don't miss a thing. Hi, guys. Welcome to episode 300 of the Wildly Successful Lifestyle Podcast. We made it. We made it to 300. Now here's to another 300. And I hope you hang with me every single episode. And here's to you for hanging out with me so far and growing and doing your best to show up as the most wildly successful version of you that's possible. I look forward to what we come up with next. Okay, in episode 299, I talked about two things that we all have in common. I don't know if you remember it. If you don't, go back and listen. But the first one is you take you with you. Now you remember, everywhere you go, there you are. And the second one is everything around us is in constant change. Now it can be unsettling to think about it, but it's a truth that we need to come to terms with. I was in the gym on the treadmill this week because it's rained 7 days straight. So I'm on the treadmill and I'm looking around at the people and I realize so many people that I used to love to see at the gym no longer work out here. There are only a handful of employees that are the same. I mean, those trainers are in a constant fluctuation. You see, we have to become accustomed to change because it's the only constant in our life besides ourselves. And when things are in constant change, it would really, really be helpful if you could rely on yourself to be solid, to be trustworthy, to be mindful, to be healthy and stable. How many of us know someone, or maybe you are that someone that blames other people for all of their problems? They'll say, so-and-so made me lose my temper. Or my mother has me so stressed out. Or maybe my husband always brings home treats, so I'll never lose the weight. And the kids take up all my time, so I can't go to the gym. Well, I've got news for you, and I'm talking to me too. As long as you don't have control of your temper, there will be someone that will set off your temper. And as long as you don't have control of your eating, there will be food available to overeat. As long as you don't make working out a priority, there will be something that can get in the way. Now, I work on this every single day, and I try to take responsibility for every outcome I have anymore. You know why? Because it's my responsibility. I'm the only constant in my life, and everything around me is changing. That means the only thing I can rely on 100% is myself. So me being stable and reliable to myself is a must, and that cannot fluctuate with what's going on around me. Because if I wake up and say, man, I hope I work out today, I hope nothing gets in the way of that, odds are that you won't. I mean, if you say, I hope I don't lose my temper today, well, odds are that you will. If you hope that you're going to eat healthy today, of course, the odds are that you won't. And the reason why, I'll tell you why I say that. The definition of hope is the desire for a certain thing to happen. Okay, well, having a desire means a strong feeling of wishing for something to happen. And wishing means to want something that cannot or probably will not happen. There it is. If you dig hard enough, you'll always come to the crux of the issue. When you hope for something to happen, it probably will not. We have to be more reliable to ourselves than we're being. Every single one of us. We're all navigating this new way of being in the world. 24-hour made to make us anxious news. So left alone, our brain will have us hiding in the house, afraid of our neighbors. Food literally staring us in the face 24/7. So left without direction, of course our brain's going to tell us we're always hungry. Doctors telling us the answer to everything is medication. It's not your fault. Just take this and you'll be better. You see, we used to think the news would keep us informed, but now it just keeps us angry and terrified so they make money. We used to think the government was looking out for us with the food pyramid. Now we see if we eat that way, we're going to be sick and overweight. And we used to think doctors were looking out for us. But now they really do seem to just be pushers of medication that keeps us dependent and makes us sicker. I have a friend who is healthy and went to a cardiologist who literally said, changing your diet won't help you. You have to stop lifting weights and take this medication for the rest of your life. True story. We have to be better. And we cannot look outside of ourselves to do that. I have to be able to rely on me, and you have to be able to rely on you. When they say no one is coming to save you, it's true. And you wouldn't want them to anyway, because now you're on the agenda they want for you instead of the one you innately know is right for you. You have to save yourself. In this country, meaning America, is the country where I am, where 70% of people are overweight or obese, you have to save yourself. In this country where mediocrity seems to be embraced every time we turn around, you have to save yourself. It's your responsibility and only yours to make sure you're healthy mentally and physically. And we want to blame someone else for us not being able to be our best self. I mean, remember, my husband keeps bringing me those treats. No, I'm never going to lose the weight, or I have so much to do. The gym got put off again, and my friends all drink, so I can't stop. Here's the thing. It has everything to do with me and everything to do with you and nothing to do with anyone else. Ouch, right? But when you know that, you control it. If you don't set standards for yourself, then of course anything goes. Of course you're going to eat and drink whatever you want on a Tuesday. Why not? If you don't set standards for yourself and learn to trust yourself, you'll be at the whim of every single temptation that comes along. And look, you already have standards and keep them. And you keep them really well. You just don't think about that. You don't give yourself credit for that. I'll give you an example. If you're not a smoker, and I hope you're not, but if you don't smoke and you're around someone that does and they offer you a cigarette, what do you say? Well, you say, well, I don't smoke. And it's really easy to say that and not even worry about it because you don't smoke. That's a standard. We live in a society of anything goes. And if we want it, we should have it. And we don't ever want to feel deprived or like we're saying no to ourselves if we want something. It's the difference between instant and delayed gratification. Now, I'm here to say it is okay to want something and not have it. It's okay to want to do something and not do it because you know you'll be better off by not doing it. Now, the opposite is also true. If you don't want to do something and doing it would make your life better, it's okay to not want to do something and do it anyway. Like going to the gym. If it makes your life better and you know it will, do it anyway. It happens to me all the time. I was talking to Kevin, my trainer, the other day, and he was like, how are you this morning? And I said, well, I don't want to be here. And he said, welcome to the club. So basically, we were both there. We didn't want to be. But now that we're there, and this happens every single time, 100% of the time that I've been to the gym when I didn't want to go, I've been so glad that I did. And it really is every single time. I pretty much don't want to go to the gym. Kevin says that's called discipline. It has to be discipline. Doing the hard things when you don't feel like it and doing them over and over until it's such a habit that you want to stay in bed, but you know without a doubt you're still going to go to the gym because that's who you are. You can do that. And you're still not going to feel like going, but you'll go. I assure you of that. Remember, it's okay to not feel like going and still go. Just like it's okay to want something and not have it. Recently, we got a box of like 30 cookies on our front doorstep. Not like just the bad looking cookies, like these were delicious looking cookies. And at first I was like, what in the world? Why would someone send these to me? So unappreciative, right? So I bring them in the house and it's a Tuesday afternoon, right about the time 3:30 when I'm usually wanting a treat. And there it is. So I eat one and it was delicious. And then I wanted another one. But I was like, no, wait a minute, not right now. And I knew immediately that if I didn't set the standard for myself right then, I would eventually eat them all at some point. So I promised myself that I would allow myself one more and that would be it. One more out of that box and that would be it. And I got to tell you, those cookies are still here in this house and I haven't eaten another one since those two. I had because I've learned to trust myself. I've learned that when I promise myself something, I keep that promise. So I don't make a promise to myself lightly because I want to know I trust myself. In an ever-changing world, I have to be the stable constant. It feels really good to know that. I'm responsible for me and you're responsible for you. And that includes our happiness, our mental health, and our physical health. All of that lives and dies with each one of us. It no longer works to rely or blame other people. They come with their own agenda, or they change. That's why the buck has to stop with me, and the buck has to stop with you. You can't hope, you can't wish, you have to decide. My challenge to you today, in this ever-changing world, you have to do more than hope. You have to do more than wish. You have to actually decide what standards are you going to have for yourself. I think there are two areas that are the most important for all of us. One is your mental health, and the other is your physical health. Those are the two areas where you need to decide what standards you're going to have in both of them. Be the stability you're looking for. Be the calm in the storm. Be the person you decide you can be. No one else is coming to do it for you. The buck stops here. I love you guys. I'll talk to you in a few days. Don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends, because we're just going to keep going bigger and better places together, and I love that about us. Talk to you in a few days.